Hello everyone and welcome back to MTG Standard. Today I will gonna show you my second game. It's again a pre-recorded game, but I really wanted to show you this game because it's a game against Green Black Delirium, and everyone is making a big fuss that the deck that we are playing, the Green Red Marvel, can't easily beat Black Green Delirium, so everyone is showing on the internet. So I thought I will make a video and show you that this is actually true. You can beat very easily Green Black Delirium without having any problems. It's a easy matchup and we will see. So let's start. We were on the draw. Our opponent mulliganed to 6. So yeah, maybe that's an advantage, but you will see. He kept 5 in the end. So this is not very relevant because you say, okay, he mulliganed, that's why we won so easily. But still, you can see that if Black Green Delirium doesn't draw green into, I don't know, 3 drop and 4 drop and attack us very fast, he doesn't have a chance in the late game. So we had an okay hand, not an awesome hand. We had 4 lands and a vessel, but it's a good hand against Black Green Delirium. So I decided to play the vessel first. Our opponent played only lands. I think he mulliganed with a hand of removal and lands, but because we don't play any creature, he will have to keep the removal in the hand. So I cracked the clue and found the Marvel right away. So now my purpose is to play the Marvel as soon as possible. So I played Evolving Wilds, planning to play the Grapple and then the Marvel. Our opponent saw Marvel, so he knew that he had to kill us as fast as possible. So he started attacking us with the Hissing Quagmire because he didn't draw a creature. So this is not something that could not happen. Black Green Delirium doesn't draw creatures most of the time, and he has lots of removal, kills everything their opponent does, and then put some creatures to kill you. The only problem is that against us, if they don't draw creatures at the start, they have no chance to beat us in the end game because their removal will not do too much, and in the end game we will have a much bigger end game than they have. So I cracked the Evolving Wilds. I'm getting closer to Delirium, as you see. I have 3 cards. Played Grapple. Take the Evolving Wilds in my hand because I want to use it to make an energy for the Marvel. I have no other creature to take. So now I managed to have a Delirium with Vessel, Land, Instant and Sorcery. So I played my Marvel. Maybe he plays some kind of Transgress main. So I really want to put the Marvel on the table as soon as possible. And our opponent still didn't draw a creature, so he has to attack us with a Hissing Quagmire. And of course now we just play the Ishkanad and we are very far ahead. He played his Ishkanad on the no Delirium because but still he has to play the Ishkanad to have some pressure, but that's, as you see now, the game is over because there is nothing for him to do. Now I really wanted to trick him, so I wanted to attack with my Ishkanad in hoping that he will block so I can kill it with Chandra, and it worked. So I managed to kill their Ishkanad with my Chandra. Now he tries to kill my Chandra, but I double block with spiders, making some energy and then make again some energy with Evolving Wilds. But he had a removal, as I thought. I think his hand is lots of removal. So he killed one of the spiders and killed the other one with the Hissing Quagmire. Not a big deal. I managed to make 4 energy in that exchange, and I will make another one from the Aether Hub now. And I drew another big bomb against Green Red. That's Tireless Tracker. That is very good against him. Plus Tireless Tracker with Aetherworks Marvel. When you crack a clue, you actually get an energy, so I get an energy from the Aether Hub. Then I crack a clue, I get another energy, and then I activate Marvel, and I have like a tracker, Ishkanad, Chandra plus Marvel activation, so I don't think there is anything our opponent can actually draw. So he attack us, I Marvel into another Ishkanad. I double block the land, make another 2 energy, then draw Vessel. And play Dracul and my opponent actually concede. So yeah, this game you saw that we actually have very powerful cards against green black. Okay, this was not a perfect example because our opponent had a very bad hand against us because they had removal, Ishkanat, Traverse and mulligans to 5. So my opponent was always behind. But as you can see, this hand is actually a good hand against other matchup, but against us Delirium really needs to have a good hand to actually have a chance against us. After sideboard you will see he can actually bring more cards against us, like Lost Legacy and some more discards cards like Pick the Brain. So because of that you really need to bring more diversified threats. So after game 1 our sideboard was something like this, bringing Nissa and more tireless trackers and one Ulamog. The idea is that if they lost legacy our Emrakul, we really want to have other threats, big threats that can actually win us the game. We draw our 7, our opponent kept 7, so everything is okay now, we both have good heads. I consider this a good hand because I have a Vessel that will help me to make Delirium and find me some good threats, and Tireless Tracker that is very good. Rather than that, it's actually a hand with lots of lands, but I managed to draw another good threat that it's Nissa, and our opponent had the turn 2 Green Flare. So this is a very good example of the game where our opponent managed to draw good pressure from the start. I play the Puzzle Nut. The idea is that I want to have the 6 energy when I play the Marvel, because now I'm pretty sure he has some kind of artifact destruction. So at least I want to get one activation from my Marvel after I play it. So I don't want to play it like the first game and stay with it on the table until I will make 6 energy, because that will be bad if he has the artifact removal. So that's why I decided to play the Puzzle Nut first to try to make to go to the 6 energy. And our opponent had the artifact removal, and I don't know why, but decided to kill the Puzzle Nut, not letting me to go to 6 energy. Because if I get the 6 energy and he kills the Marvel, it's still bad for him because I can hit a Emrakul or something. So now I have to do some kind of decision. Should I keep the Tireless Tracker for the cards, or should I play it and make him spend some removal on the Tireless Tracker and not play another threat? Because the only way he can win this game is playing like a Transgress or a Pick the Brain and some other threats on the table, like another Green Flare, and attack me because I will be too behind. So the idea is that I'm pretty sure he'll cut out some of the removal, because I didn't have too many creatures in the first game, so he thought there will be no targets for his grasp. So I decided to play the Tireless Tracker in hope that he doesn't have a removal, and even if he has a removal, he will spend his entire turn, and I will have more time finding more threat and finding Marvel and playing the big spells. My opponent didn't have the removal. That was good. And Liliana is actually very bad against us. Doesn't do too much, it doesn't kill nothing. So I was glad to see he played Liliana. Yeah, he managed to hit us twice with Green Flare and actually make the trigger twice. That's very good for him, but still it's not enough to beat us. I played the Evolving Wilds in hope that getting the most value of the Tireless Tracker right now, making all the clues in case we get to a late game. I want to have the card advantage, and I cracked a clue right away to attack Liliana for 2 in hope that he goes minus, at least to lose the Liliana, and I'm hoping he will actually plus Liliana, not minus, but because the best play for him is to minus Liliana, because Liliana doesn't do too much. Minus +1 on tireless tracker is not a big deal. We are not racing here. I'm not trying to race him because I will beat him in the end in the late game, but for him getting something like a tireless tracker or the Noxious Gearhulk from the graveyard will be better than plusing Liliana. But it's hard to minus your Planeswalker and lose it, so he keep plusing the Liliana. That's good for me. Keeps attacking me with that Green Flare. So he had like 3 triggers from Green Flare. You saw, managed to put some good cards on top, I'm pretty sure. But I don't think he can actually do something. So now he had like 3 activations from the Green Flare. So I was actually almost sure he has a removal, because it makes sense for him to have a removal. So then I decided not to play Nissa, untap and try to attack the Liliana with my land. I thought it will be better to attack with the Tireless Tracker to make him consume the removal. So then if I play Nissa and try to stay in defense, he will not have the removal to kill my land and bash in with Green Flare to kill my Nissa. So then I played the land. I couldn't play the Evolving Wilds making the clues because I really wanted to play one of my 5 mana spell. So then I start attacking with Tireless Tracker Liliana, threatening to kill Liliana because I can crack a clue. And as expected, my opponent had a removal and used it on the Tireless Tracker. And then I continue with my plan, playing Nissa and staying in defense. This is not very good because he can have a removal, but still, if he doesn't have a removal, I can block the Green Flare, untap with Nissa. That's awesome. If he plus the Liliana on the forest, I will let Green Flare hit Nissa or me. It's not a big deal. At least he doesn't minus Liliana, getting value from her. So he plays Kalitas. Kalitas is actually a big problem if he starts if she starts killing some of my creatures. So yeah, he hits Nissa. I don't think if this is correct. I think correct was for him to hit me again. Nissa will provide some of the value, but still I was not sure of his decision. So then I drew the Marvel, and here I think I win. So as you see, we already have lots of good pressure cards that are good against him, like Tireless Tracker, Nissa, Ishkanad. I can even play Ishkanad and block everything. And on top of that, we have Marvel too to play those cards free. So that's why it's very, very hard for Delirium to do something. So now that I drew the Marvel, the game plan was easy. Play the Marvel, play a land, get some energy now. Of course, I activated the Marvel, hitting an Emrakul. And now I have 2 creatures, the land and Emrakul. I cracked the Evolving Wilds, getting a land. And now I have my Ishkanad in hand, I have the Marvel on the table, Nissa, Emrakul and the 5/5. So plus the 2 clue that Tireless Tracker actually did for us. So our opponent has an Ishkanad, not a big deal. I can even play the Ishkanad and I will still be ahead. I minus Liliana, missing of course. I want him to minus again and lose the Liliana. Yeah, of course he will bring back the Gearhulk and kill my Emrakul, but that's not a big deal because now I will kill both of his creatures. And I will have Vessel, Clues, Nissa against his Gearhulk, I think. So our opponent draws his card, it's a land. His only option is to minus Liliana, getting back the Hulk. I think his only option was to actually hit an Emrakul 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it had almost enough mana to play the Emrakul. I don't think it was. I could steal one after the Emrakul, but that was his only option to actually have a chance in this game. So our opponent plays the Hulk, make lots of life. He's like at 38. But then I cracked the vessel at the end of the turn because I had the forest. That it's a creature but a land too. And I just got the puzzle nut here. I don't need another Ishkanad because I want to make lots of energy and play big creatures from the Marvel and then keep my good creatures in hand. And I drew another Attune. So this is actually kind of amazing. I can play the puzzle nut, make some life, try to hit something with Aetherworks Marvel, and I hit a sideboard card here, an Ulamog. So yeah, I play the Ulamog, killing the land and the Gear Hulk, exiling them, sorry. And I play a Nishkana too. So yeah, if you look at this board and you see what I have on the board, and you think again that he started hitting me with the green flare from turn 2, making 3 triggers, playing Liliana and all the best cards that green black Delirium has, and you see how behind it is now. It's kind of amazing what kind of power level this deck has. So yeah, I'm hoping that you actually understood that we with this deck will crush Delirium. They have to be very lucky, like hit transgress into Marvel, and we need to have the Marvel into our hand and then have some artifact removal in their hands and maybe hit a pick the brain. So it's very few options that they have that can actually beat this deck. So yeah, this is the deck. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments related to the deck or something that I said in the videos, just leave it in the comments, then we can discuss. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you like, and hope see you again. Bye bye.